I remember once I was in a place doing some exercise after a doctor told me to start doing some exercise. And there was a young man in this place who used to stand in front of the mirror and prance, do his hands like this. He had this whole shtick, he had muscles. He had muscles that went from his ears to his shoulders. Remember, he used to go like this. I saw he was like feeling his muscles that he had over here. He had muscle. I mean, the guy was very, what you call, toned. And he, big feet muscles. I was mamish disgusted by this guy. And I didn't get, and even the other people I said hello to, them I didn't say hello to. It was a place of goyim. It wasn't a place of Jews. And one day, this fellow who had a very lowly opinion about him, he said to me, after months of not talking to the guy or acknowledging the guy, he said, "Could I have a word with you?" I said, "Yes." He said, "I understand that you're a rabbi, and I would like to get married. Could you marry me?" So I said, "Excusez-moi." He said, I said, "Do you see this?" And I grabbed my beard. I grabbed my pants. I said, "Do you see these? Do you see this?" I said, "You know what that means? I am an Orthodox Jewish rabbi. What would me and you have in common?" And he said, "I'm also Jewish." I said, "Oh no, why are you such a..." I'll let you fill the word in. I said, "What? You're Jewish? Are you sure?" I said, "Is your mom Jewish?" I said, "Is your dad Jewish?" "They're both Jewish. Everybody's Jewish." I said, "Oh no." I said, "How about her? The other side you want to get married to?" He said, "No, she's Italian." I said, "No can do?" He said, "Why not?" I said, "My boss doesn't allow me to certify such marriages." And then the fellow said, "Oh, I won't tell nobody. We'll keep it low. I want a low-key thing, cash, just quick." I said, no. Wherever I go, my boss goes." He said, "Yeah, I don't see a boss here." I said, "Oh, my boss is here." He says, "Oh, my goodness. I got enough problems dealing with things I could see. Now you tell me I got to deal with things I can't see?" I said, "Scotty." Told me his name was Scott. I said, "Scotty, welcome to the real world." And to make a long story short, this guy was so far from Yiddishkeit. He never knew that Jewish people don't eat pork. I said, "Where were you born? Under the ground? Where were you living? How did you not?" I told him, every guy in the world knows that Jews don't eat pork. I never met a guy that doesn't know that. A Jew? He said, "What's wrong with pork?" I said, "Forget it." He didn't know what to tell you. He didn't know what anything was. And he told me he doesn't feel comfortable by people who look like me. I said, "I make both of us. We're a team. I don't feel comfortable with people like you." He said, "If I was on a plane," he tells me, "and I would see you in the seat, I would go to the other end of the plane." I said, "I would do the exact same thing." So we have a lot in common, much more than we know. And this young man was involved in the most awful profession. The worst of the worst. Not Shar Arboim Shaltuma. Not Shar Chamish. Shar Shisha. And the only reason I even talked to him is because I saw in the Archaim that he says in the time before Mashiach, even people Peshar Shishim come back. Everybody knows the famous Arizal that when Hashem took us out of Mitzrayim, Hashem took us out the last minute before we hit Shar Chamishim. If we would have hit Shar Chamishim, we would have got no backseas. This guy was Shar Shishim. I said, maybe it's Moshe Mashiach, maybe it's the Mashiach. And he made at least 2 siyumim on Shas. He wrote Sfarim. He davens for Sikin for many, many years. And it's like not normal and not believable. And it's a tremendous story of how he grew. But if I would have just told him, good night, sir, and walked on, and I wouldn't have said to myself, Vayar Hashem Kisar Liris. I wouldn't have looked at him. You know how many incidents I've had like that in my life? And even after I tried to stay away from him. And I didn't see him for 3 months. 3 months later, after a 3-day Pesach, I was feeling I need to get some exercise. So I went to this place. It was right near the house. It was owned by a Yid. He went to this place. No one was there. And I'm coming up these steps. There were like these 20 steps up. And at that same second that I was coming up the steps, and I came up to the top and I saw the landing. On the other side, there was another 20 steps. And he was coming up from that side. And he said to me, wow, I came here for you. I said, I didn't come here for you. I said, I'm sorry. I said, I don't believe this. You came here? I said, yeah. And I knew in my heart, I came here for this guy. I knew Hashem. I thought I was coming for some exercise. I told him, you're going to have to wait. They close in a half hour. I only got 30 minutes. I got to do a little exercise. Then I'll talk to you in 30 minutes. He waited. And we spoke and we talked. And Baruch Hashem, the marriage had broken down. He never got married. He thought it was because I put a hex on it. He told me, you messed me up. And the head of the place, the head of this gym, who owned this gym, told him, if the rabbi didn't give you his blessing, you're a cursed man. That's the reason why I have no mazel in your relationship. So I'm asking you to take the hex off. I said, I'm going to put the hex on you. I said, it just can't work. It doesn't make any sense. A Jew and a non-Jew can't work. I told him, if you take oil and water, you shake it up in a bottle, you know what it looks like? It looks like bubbly champagne. But if you leave it on the table for a little bit, it separates and it's dead. I said, you people will never be a couple. You can make bubbly, but it's never going to last. It's not going to be real champagne, fake champagne. And he came for Shabbos, he started to learn, and this and that, he went to yeshiva, he started to steig. He learned in Kailul, and he got married eventually, he learned in Kailul. A person has to realize that this is life. You're going to have hundreds of opportunities. You know what people say? I don't want to be sorely race. You meet somebody in a shul, it could change your life. You bring them home, changes your life. How can I help you? There's no accidents in this world.
You've just experienced another Torah class brought to you by TorahAnytime.com.